Hey, Pod Kids. So, this is a special episode. Sab held a coaching session for all our Podtrons at jimandsab.com. It's content where you subscribe, you pay, and all the proceeds of that go to different children with special needs and children who are in need. So, join, go to jimandsab.com and check it out. But anyway, here, si Sab transitions from unqualified coach to qualified coach. And I personally benefited from her progress jams. Yeah. And yeah, she's helped me a lot. So she did it with a bunch of our podtrons, yun nga, yung mga subscribers, and very intimate session. Pero I'm sure it will be helpful for all you pod kids. Here's Sab. And again, live to. Ko na inedit, interacting with the participants. So kung may mga silence and whatever, bahala ka. Bye. Wake Up with Jim and Sab is exclusively on Spotify.
If you want to start your own podcast, check out anchor.fm. And if you like the podcast, make sure to follow on Spotify.
Also, share your stories
And
tag us on at Wake Up with Jim and Sab on Instagram and at ano ba?
Di ko alam.
Anyway, ito na yung show. But before that, ito yung latest single ng Cheats, Hakbang. Stream it on Spotify, watch the music video with Piolo Pascual on
Stream Hakbang,
YouTube.
Stream Hakbang,
See you
Stream
guys.
Hakbang. First of all, welcome to Life Coaching with Sab. This is our goal-setting episode. And this is my fourth life coaching session. It's going to be different today because usually what happens is I just ask people to raise their hand and then we give them advice on whatever they're struggling with in life. But today I wanted to do something different, and it's going to be more of a talk, a TED talk, a SAB talk. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. And if it's your first time here, I hope to see you soon because we do this about once a month. Yeah. Okay, so if you noticed in the poster, I changed my status from unqualified to qualified. And there's a reason for that. Aside from the testimonials, I wanted to say that, you know how a lot of startup companies, diba, they look for investors. And then one of the big obstacles that they have is when their investor asks for proof of concept. That means something to show, proof that the idea or the product or the service actually works. And for me, I was so touched when Jim told me that I am the proof of concept of all of the things that I've been working on. And I really do think that I am my proof of concept because where I was last year, so November, and Jim, it's great that you're here because you can attest to this. I was a complete mess. I was spiraling out of control, as in, hindi ako natutulog because of so many things in my head. And then I was breastfeeding, and then I was just, sobrang gulo ng buhay ko nun. There was home renovation going on, a lot of projects, and I was just snapping at Jim a lot, actually, because nga hindi ako natutulog. And I also wasn't feeling accomplished or productive at the end of each day, and I thought that was really horrible. It's not a good feeling. And if you're feeling that way, then I completely get it, and you're not alone. I've been through that. And I still do sometimes. Some nights I have those things na parang yung pagod na pagod ka and then parang parang I feel like I did a lot but I didn't really accomplish much. And that really sucks, and that's why I really felt like I wanted to do a goal setting class today. And why I'm the proof of concept is because today I have two wonderful boys, Pancho and Vito, and As you have seen naman, Pancho's progress is amazing. And Vito is just, he's a freaking genius. And they're both very sweet and happy boys. And I'm just so lucky to have them. And my marriage to Jim is just so harmonious now. I don't snap at him at all. And Jim, Jim can attest to this, ha. As in sabi niya sa akin, the few times, as in the few times na I will snap back at him just as a reaction to him like poking me and prodding me. Because I never do. I never ever get mad. And I used to really get mad. Um, I don't do that anymore. I'm able to step back and I just I'm in a much better place now. And I have two Spotify exclusive podcasts. Yay! Wake up with Jim and Sab. Makinig ka muna. Make sure you're subscribed. And we started this Patreon actually last year. And we have doubled our subscribers. And all of that goes to our beneficiaries. I think we have donated close to 1 million to families with special needs children. And it's just so funny the story of all of this. And I'll share that in my book. Shout out. May book agad. Hindi, wala pa. Maybe that will be one of my goals soon. But yeah, what else? I resurrected my YouTube channel and it has grown 250% in subscribers. And I only started like late this year. So that's amazing. I'm able to do that almost consistently post weekly. Almost. I mean, I've skipped a week or two, but still, that's big for me who's always changing. And I really appreciate that you guys have stuck with me, even if I say, I'm going to do this. And then I don't. I don't have follow through. I don't do it. I didn't. But now I actually do. I'm writing again. If you guys aren't subscribed to the Spell Sab newsletter yet, please do. I've migrated my blog so that it goes straight to your email inboxes. And I haven't missed a week since I started 3 weeks ago. And so that makes me really happy. And I feel like these are all bringing me closer to my goals. And I'm not saying all of this to just brag. I'm letting you guys know that it actually can be done. And ang gulo ng buhay ko nun, and now I really feel like I'm in control now. And I have so much clarity. And all this while being diagnosed with ADHD, and I was treated for depression at the start of the year. So it's really not something that happens overnight, but I'm telling you, it can be done. So there, that's my food for thought. And we are done. No, just kidding. So I'm going to give you a little talk. And then at the end of the talk, maybe if we have time, then we can have someone let me know what they're struggling with goal setting wise, and then we'll try to work through that. Okay? So, there are so many things that we have to unlearn, first of all. Okay? Because I have read so many books, so many freaking articles, and I keep falling back into, I mean, there are some times na I just keep reading and reading and consuming instead of actually producing stuff because as an ADHDer, that's what we do. It's just, I keep thinking, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I feel like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I should be doing something else. This shouldn't be my goal, blah, blah, blah. And what really changed all of that is when I did this values exercise because yung goals nyo, our goals will always be questionable if you've never thought about your values. Okay? Because it's your values that will help your vision in your life. And without a vision, you're always going to be wondering if yung goals mo are actual goals that you should have. So, when I talk about the values exercise, it's pretty simple. And I hope you guys have a pen and paper on hand. And yes, very good. You have a pen and paper on hand, and I'll let you guys write whatever it is that you value right now. It doesn't have to be like, you don't have stop it. Don't Google what are values. Don't do that. Just write down anything that you value right now. As in your life, like I value what do you love? What's valuable to you? That's the question. What's valuable to me? I want to stay healthy. I want to keep fit. I want to I want my family to be happy. Write it all down. It doesn't have to be bullet points. It can be sentences, anything that comes to mind, everything that you value. Ano pa ba yung ano ba yung sinulat ko? I'm gonna read some of the stuff that I wrote. And this is this is gonna blow your mind. Charot. No, I'm not gonna say charot. It's true, okay? Okay, for those of you listening to the replay, because according to Produ, we can use this as a podcast episode. Nasa-stress tuloy ako na baka may dead air. Pero lanong pake, okay, I'm talking to real people live right now. You should be subscribed to jimandsab.com if you want to join the next one. Okay? And remember that I remember why we're doing this exercise is that knowing what you value is the key to developing your vision or your goal that really makes sense to you. So just write them all down. What do you value? What's valuable to you? So for me, it's community building. I want to keep the podtrons happy. I want to keep the pod kids happy. What will make them happy? What will make them, want to be a better person? I like that. I I I want to inspire change. I value. You can even it's don't be conscious about this. Don't censor yourself. No one's gonna read what you wrote. So, kumare, if it's valuable to you that you have financial growth, financial freedom, go. That's not a bad thing. It doesn't always have to be, you know, helping others. That's also a good value to have. Hindi ko mahanap yung sinulat ko. Teka lang. Wait, it's here. Ayan. Okay, okay. I'm gonna share it with you guys. Let's see. Oh, and if it will help, super important yung episode namin on the podcast about the power of choice and thoughts. These are the things that you have to keep in mind as you're setting your values, as we're setting our goals. That you have the choice, you have um you have control over your thoughts. Okay? So I hope you guys have written down some stuff. What do I value? What is important to me? Is it your job? Is it your ano pa ba? Is it your dog? Everything. Just write it down. Okay. So some things that I wrote, my marriage, the kids, being happy, Pancho's progress, Pancho's therapy, uh, helping families with special needs children. I value that. That's important to me. Another thing that's important to me is my band and my best friends. Oh, speaking of, Stream Hakbang. The music video is out now. It's on YouTube, so check that out. I value staying strong and healthy. It's important to me to have a happy and orderly home. It's also important for me to heal from my trauma. And when I talk about trauma, it's from my difficult birthing experience in 2018. I still have trauma from that and I want to heal. And that's very important to me. I also value making sure my kids feel loved. And I also value keeping my communication line with Jim open. And so I think that's enough time for you guys to write down, to brain dump all of the things that you value. Now look at the list that you just made or whatever you wrote down, and then just go through it and then maybe encircle the things that really make your heart excited. Like, just among the list, just yung i-circle mo talaga yung mga pinaka. I'm not gonna give you a limit right now. Mga pinaka, the things that you really, really value, what are valuable to you, what's important to you, just encircle it. And this is really important because if it's really gonna set the course of your vision in your life and your goal. Okay. So maybe you can do this on your own. Maybe you can write down the prompts that I'm telling you right now. If you're listening to the replay, feel free to press pause and then do the exercises. Maybe set a timer. It helps for people like me who have ADHD. Because if I don't set a timer, I'm just gonna do it forever. Or magmamadali ako and then try to go to the next one. Maybe set 5 10 minutes, writing down more of the things that are important to you. And I can't stress this enough. Write it down because iba talaga when your it's your brain to your hand writing it down on paper. You know how you don't want to do it because it feels so permanent. Even if you're using a pencil, it just feels like, oh my gosh, I'm putting it out into the world. No, that actually really makes it real. If it's just floating in your head, you know, you have how many thousand thoughts in an hour? That's gonna get lost. Greg, wala kang pen and paper. Get out. Just kidding. Well, you can type it. Okay, fine. You can type it. Sige na nga. Ikaw lang, Greg, ha? Charot. Okay, and then after you do this exercise, so this is when you can press pause if you're listening to the replay. You can take a minute to just do a thought download. And this is different from a brain dump in a sense that it's a more because a brain dump is when you just write down everything in your head, right? Everything that's floating around in your head. And it would help to do a brain dump first to clear your head, and then you do a thought download about uh, the 5 things out of the things that you encircled, out of the stuff that you wrote down earlier, the 5 things that you value most in life. And this, don't worry, it doesn't have to be permanent. You can write it down today, write it down lang today. And then tomorrow you go back and then you check if it's still the same. You keep doing this for however long it takes. Maybe you can set a deadline for yourself. Maybe like, sana in a week, you can be sure na, okay, these are the values that I really, really value. These are the things that I really, really value. Okay? And then after that, I want you to write down nga, what you want your life to look like with these values in mind. So this is the time that you should just allow yourself to dream and just write down anything that's in your head. What is your life going to look like? What do you want your life to look like? Maybe in, let's say, in 3 to 5 years, what is it? You wake up in the morning, what happens? Where are you? Trisha says, drinking wine in my New York City apartment while listening to jazz music. Ah, why not? Pasok ba yan sa values mo? Ano yung values mo? Uminom? Charot. Joke lang. Travel? Hey, why not? Yeah, so that's why you keep your values in mind. This is totally fine. That sounds amazing. That sounds so good. I can imagine my life like that. That sounds really good. And I ipupush natin yan, Trisha, ha? Yes. So, just so I can inspire you guys to not censor yourselves, I'm going to be vulnerable enough to share what I wrote. So this is completely without censorship. I had no idea that I was gonna read this in front of you guys. I swear. And I'm actually afraid now because di ko alam kung ano sinulat ko dito. But there, wait, I started with, and I'm not afraid because yun nga, yung sinabi ko sa inyong top 5 things that you value most in life. It doesn't have to be permanent. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be permanent. You can change this at whatever point in your life. If you want to change it, if the circumstances become different for you, it's okay. It's flexible, but at least it will clarify. It should be clear, or at least clearer than it was yesterday. Okay? So for me, it's the 5 things I value most in life are my marriage, parenting, helping others, health and wellness, and financial freedom. And I'm so sorry that I'm letting you constrain to just 5 values, but it's really important because you have to focus all your energy on deciding what you value most. Okay? Because of course we value so many things, right? I mean, I value my iPad. I value my hard drive. I value so many things, pero what do I value the most? Diba? Okay, so for those who are with me right now in the session, I don't want to pressure you into writing it right now because you should take your time with this. And but write down the prompt, okay? Do a thought download, allow yourself to dream, and just think about what you want your life to look like. It doesn't have to be in 3 to 5 years. It can be next year. It can be by January. What do you want your life to look like? So, and also, bawal dito ang I don't know. Okay? I learned that through therapy and coaching and hindi pwede ang I don't know. Okay? Because if you ever in your life find yourself thinking, I don't know eh. I don't know. Just talk to your brain out loud if necessary and say, wait a minute, wait lang. Okay. What if I do know? What if I do know? What if I do know what I want? What if I, oh my gosh, I do know? What if I know? What would I say? And then write that down. Don't worry, go ahead. Okay? So this is what I wrote down. Okay. I want, and it doesn't have to be, ang dami kong disclaimer, pero okay, oh, this is really just like a complete brain fart. Okay. So I put, I want regular fun dates and activities with Jim and the kids. I want to travel, have outdoor fun experiences with the family. I want at least 6 months worth of family savings at all times. And 6 months worth, that means 6 months worth of monthly expenses. Um, and 6 months worth of emergency savings in a different account, and a house with a backyard with fresh air where I can take regular morning and afternoon walks with the kids. I want Jim and I to have. Can't believe I wrote this down. Oh my gosh, nakakahiya. To have regular marriage weekly meetings. Oh my gosh. I imagine myself having regular consultations with coaching clients. I want Jim's company to keep succeeding and being the number one content and retail store in the country. I want the band to go on tour and bring the kids with us. Pancho can walk and go to school and have friends, and Vito is his ultimate protector and best friend. I want to be best friends and stay in touch with Candy and the rest of the band. I am a credible resource person on a successful marriage, family, business, and success, regardless of ADHD. I want to continue advocating for children with special needs, helping their families get proper education and therapy, and unleashing their children's potential. I want to have mentees that prioritize giving back to the community. I see a beautiful Philippines that gets rehabilitated with proper leadership. Naging political ba yan? Keri lang. I want my children to grow up feeling so loved that they naturally love their neighbors too. I want therapy to be easily accessible to all and normalized, even for children in school. That's where my brain fart ended. So then, I want you to. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. And then I want you to go through whatever it is that you write when you imagine what you want your life to be like. And then again, you highlight or you encircle all of the things that really make your heart so excited and jump and fly and just okay. The sentences that will make you say, yes, this is it. This is really what I want my life to look like. This is it. Oh, sorry, we have a question. We're not really taking questions right now. Charot. Okay, Jim, what's your question? Pwede ako pumunta siya. Yes, okay, sure, come here. Ba't ayaw mo na mag-on ng camera? Podcast episode to, di ba? Ginugulo mo naman yung flow eh. But you can come here. Okay. So, after I encircled
Sige
all...
to, I'm
Ay, sorry.
I'm so sorry na
Ah, sorry.
nakikialam ako. Pero I just wanted to ask, like, na wala ako from di ba you write the values? So like, kung you wrote marriage, all these things. Bakit, bakit mo specify bigla? Yun lang.
Yung ano?
Ano yung step na yun?
The next, yung
now that,
writing down all the stuff.
hindi, yung mas specific na sinabi mo na brain fart.
The thought
That's
download.
that's what your life would look like. Yun yung
Yes,
sinasabi mo.
the prompt for that is dream about what you want your life to look like, but keeping the 5 values in mind, the 5 things that you value most in life. And for me nga, kaya lahat niyan na, hindi,
Okay,
again,
alis
it
na
is,
ako. I'll
no, it's
listen.
okay. Okay, sige.
Thank you.
Again,
Sorry.
it's not, it's okay. Thank you for the question. Live via phone patch, si Jim. Again, I think I kind of hit a lot of things on the 5 things that I value most in life with my thought download, or like my, anong tawag doon? What is that thing that you call when you just write freely without stopping, without editing, without erasing? Oh, I forgot. Creative writing pa naman ako. I should know that. It's at the tip of my tongue. But anyway, so that's what you should do, ha. You shouldn't delete, you shouldn't edit as you're writing down itong brain dump, thought download, keme. But you have to keep the values that you wrote down, that you decided on, in mind as you write it down. So I think because I had those in mind, yun yung top of mind ko as I was writing the things that I wanted in my future, what I want my life to look like. So ito yung um, regular morning and afternoon walks. I think that fits inside health and wellness. Wala pala ako dito about exercising. Wala. I guess, you know why? Because the reason why I want health and wellness is because I want to be here for my family. So that is more of, it tackles more of the marriage and parenting values more than the health and wellness. I mean, it's not about I want to be sexy, you know. I want to be hot. Which is fine if you really want that. Why not? But that's not in my thought download because I don't know. Yun nga, it's this exercise is about finding out really what it is that you value most so that you can have a clearer vision for your life. Okay. So, uh, meron tayong intruder in the room. Nakikinig ka ba? Okay. Sure. May feedback. Joke. Okay, so when I encircled this stuff, when I highlighted this stuff, I want you to write down yung most important thoughts nga. The ones that sound most like the person that you do want to become. Saan ko pa ito narinig? Oh, I can't remember where I heard this, but it doesn't matter. Oh, can you hear me? It says my internet connection is unstable. Okay lang? Okay. It doesn't matter if you don't know what exactly it is that you want to do. It's okay. It's okay. It's really okay. What's important is that you know who you want to become. Okay? Because when you have that in mind, then kumare, with the stuff that I wrote down, I don't really, it's not here to be like number one vlogger, you know. It's not, I want to, it's not about what I do. It sounds more like I want to be this mother, this happy mother, um, this happy wife, because I want to become those things. And yeah, and so that's something to think about. And you just keep doing this over and over. It doesn't have to be just today, this exercise. Just keep doing this over and over. Na the next day, you write down again the 5 values that you decided on. Okay, so this is day 1. Tomorrow, day 2, write it again. Day 3, write it again. And underneath the 5 values lagi every day, you write down again. What do you want your life to look like? Just for a few days, keep doing that. And that's really going to clarify. And I don't know if it's just helpful for me who is an ADHDer, but I you know, it could be helpful for you guys too. And then after that, you also have to decide like, what do you want your relationships to look like? What do you want? And when I talk about relationships, you have to talk about number one, your relationship with yourself, and then your relationship with your friends, and then your relationship with your family. What what does it look like? You also have to write that down. Okay? And I found out that I want to be a good listener, not just of my friends and my family. I want to listen to myself too, because I don't do that. And it's a whole other thing, but it stems from, again, my trauma, that I really have self-doubt and I don't trust myself, and that was a big deal. And actually, that's something that I was working on just recently. Na you can have all the perfect systems, the apps, the gadgets, the journals, the planners. You can have all of that, but that's not gonna work. Walang follow through lahat niyan if your system doesn't include trusting yourself. Because you have to trust yourself. Just yun nga, when you think about, hindi ko alam eh, shucks, I don't know. Maybe, sige, mag-Google ako ng something, and then nothing's gonna get done. Okay? Because you know. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my notes. Where is that? Okay. All right. So now that you have your values in mind, remember again, your vision doesn't have to be permanent, but it should at least be clear or clearer than it was. Okay? And I'm sure you guys have some goals in mind na. 'Di ba? Parang goals in mind. So what I would invite you to do is just write down all the goals, all the projects that you're working on, another brain dump. You can just write it all down. And then one by one, you can think about how essential is this in your life given the things that you value the most, right? Parang, okay, how essential is me, ano ba, what's a goal? My goal is to lose 10 pounds. How essential is that dun sa values mo? It's a way to filter out yung goals, because another thing that I learned that helped me so much is essentialism. And that means really just picking the things that matter to you the most. Don't say yes to everything. And when you have the five values in mind, then you will easily say no to things. No more, yeah, okay, 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 yes, yes, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do this. You should stop and think, uh, no, that's not, that's not really in line with what I envision for my life. Okay? So here it is, the concrete steps that you can do for goal setting, okay? Think about, and this is, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of the 12-week year. Is that what it's called? A lot of people, mga productivity experts, they have this thing na instead of thinking of like planning your whole year, just think about your 12 weeks and treat that as like your whole year. So I invite you to think about what goals can you accomplish or would bring you closer to your vision in the next 12 weeks. Or for now, you know what? We're starting small. Let's do it before the year ends. 'Di ba? So kumare, if you want to lose 10 pounds, can you lose 10 pounds by December? I don't think so. So maybe cut that goal. I mean, and it's not about sige, I'm not gonna talk about weight loss. Can anybody tell me a goal that they want to do, to accomplish, or just, yeah, no? Hmm. Finish a book. Okay. Julie Ann says finish a book. Okay, let's say you want to finish a book. Um And then, what are the obstacles? Oh, sige, sige. Let's say, na-prioritize mo na yung goals mo, and then that's one of the things that you want to do. Now, is that, shucks, wait lang. Parang gusto ko tuloy mag-call on ng someone to be my guinea pig. Jim, gusto mo ikaw? Since podcast episode to, gusto mo? Ay, parang nawala na ata siya. He has ghosted me. Okay? Wala na siya. Nasa son na to. Hayop ka. Joke. Okay, let's say it here. Lizelle, am I saying your name right? Lizelle says, save up enough money for a car. Okay, can I call you on so that I can talk to someone and go through this with them? Or, saan na ba?
Yes,
Ay,
hi.
nasa, ayan, okay. Hi,
Hi, honey.
Lizelle?
Hi, good evening.
Right?
Liesl. Pero okay lang.
Liesl.
Sanay na
Hi,
ako.
Liesl.
Hi.
Okay. So, you said save up enough money for a car. So, have you started saving up?
Yes. May konting save up lang ako ngayon. Pang down payment pa lang.
Okay. So, why do you decide on this goal being doable in the next 2 months? Malapit na ba?
Kailangan ko na kasi because malapit taglamig na dito and I bike to work.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. So, have you started like researching on, I mean, where are you in your goal? Are you at
Used car lang
50%?
naman siya. So, mas mura. Mga 35%-ish.
You're at 35% na of your goal.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. So I guess this is part of your values because you do have to stay safe and warm, right? Now, if it's by December that you have to make X amount of money, then
Mhm.
you have to break it down. Definitely put down the amount because sabi nga ni Jim, you have to be specific with your goals.
Yeah.
So it's harder to write down buy a car, diba? Than make
Mhm.
X amount of money by this date. And then you think about this is what the goal looks like when it's done. This is what it looks like accomplished. It's having X amount of money in the bank or in my hand by this time.
Mhm.
And then you just work
Yeah.
backwards. You just think, okay, what are the steps that need to happen for this to be real? And
Mhm.
for you, I'm asking you, what are the steps that need to happen?
Siguro I need to set aside more money pag tuwing payday.
Okay.
Siguro i-up ko na lang. Kasi ang natatabi ko lang na money is siguro mga 30% lang ng
Mm-hmm.
how much I'm earning. So siguro gagawin ko na lang 50.
Kaya ba
Tapos,
yun?
I think kakayanin ko naman. Makikishare na lang sa ate ko siguro ng grocery.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yun, exactly. See, because if you have the values talaga in front of you, then you'll know na if this is just like a, parang can you do without the car or you really need the car, diba? So then
Yeah.
you'll be more decided. It'll be more clear na, wait, okay, I really need this car. What's taking me so long? You know what? I'm gonna put my foot down. Okay, 50%, kaya naman pala, 50%. I'll set aside 50%. And then I'll, maybe whatever is making up most of your monthly living expenses, you can scrimp for it's 2 months. You can do it. You can totally, as in, kontian mo lang yung kahit everywhere na makahanap ka ng to scrimp on, do it. Kumuha ka
Mhm.
ng rackets kung kailangan because you have to reach that goal because you want to. You want that car because that will make you closer to your vision in life, right? Because
Mhm.
you will be
Yeah.
warm and alive and happily going to work, making the money that you want to have the life that you envision, right?
Yes.
Uh,
Sige.
Ryan says,
Mag-OnlyFans na
tell,
ba ako? Tuloy
yes,
ka na ba?
mag-OnlyFans ka
Joke
na
lang.
kasi you only have 2 months, girl. Kaya mo yan.
Okay,
Yeah.
ayoko
So,
mag-buy sa
so
snow. Okay.
yeah. So, tama. When I really liked it when you said, when you were specific about the goal, the steps.
Mhm.
You didn't just say, set aside more. You said, no, I'm going to put 50% of my salary into the savings. So, when you compute it right now, and you don't have to say any of the amounts, if you save up
Mhm.
50% this month and December, will you have it? Not yet.
Siguro konti kasi meron pa akong bank account sa Pinas. Siguro I'll just try to just get some there.
Okay, here's what you're gonna do.
Or,
Okay,
yeah.
you write down all of these steps. Okay, compute what is fifty
Okay.
percent of your salary. Number one, wait lang. The goal is, let's say, let's say 100. Okay, let's just imagine. Okay, 1,000 pesos yung kailangan mo. Yun yung goal mo.
Mhm.
Write that on top. That's the goal. And what you do is yung steps nga that you need to do. So number one would be compute. Ano mo na? Make it an equation.
Mhm.
50%
Yeah.
of this month, at least alam mong fixed yung salary mo, alam mo na yung money na makukuha mo November and December. So
Yeah.
how much more do you need to make? And then next step is to go online banking ba yung bank mo sa Philippines, or do you need to call someone? You do it. You do it as
I
early
have
as,
to call siguro. Yeah.
yes, you do it as you put it in your calendar on Monday. Just put it there. Just
Mhm.
call. Or even like, even as small as research the number that I need to call. Even if it's just um look for the email address. If it's, diba, alam
Mhm.
kong, it feels so daunting kasi diba parang, ah, shit, kailangan kong kumausap ng customer service hassle. But you know what? Just do one step, call, and then check it out. Check out how much is in that bank account. Ooh, okay. So now you have this pool of money, the 50% for November, 50% for December.
Mhm.
And then you have that bank money that you said you'll get some of. What exactly? How much talaga? And then you find out what more. And then how do you make that money? Do you have to sell old clothes? Do you have to work part time?
Mhm.
Do you have to? Uh, at least it's clearer, and then it's
Yeah.
doable. Just break it down into smaller steps. But that's for another lesson about productivity. Right now, we're talking about goals, and I'm so happy. Thank you for sharing that with me. And I hope you get that
Yep.
car. I know you will get that car. I'm gonna wait for your announcement and the
Okay.
picture
Tatag ko na
that
lang
you have
kayo.
with your car. Thank you, Liesel.
Thanks. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so there, that's an example of how having a clear goal na hindi ka nagba-back and forth about what you want. And so that was a specific goal, right? She was set on that. And God bless her. Good for her. She was set on a goal. Now, what about us who are not sure about, wait, tama ba yung goals ko? Kasi medyo marami akong goals, right? So, let's say, can I, hmm, meron na ba dito na nagsulat na nung brain dump ng goals nila who would like to share? Like some of the stuff that they want to go through. Um, Krishna, I saw you nodding. Do you want to go?
Sure. Yun bang, like, what would I like my life to look like?
No, no, no. Yung goals mo, the things in the next 2 months,
Ah,
yung mga
yeah.
that will bring you closer to your vision. Like, do you have that ready? Do you think?
Yeah, meron na. Yung isa sa sinulat ko is may a goal that has been a long time goal is to really be consistent with journaling and meditation. It's
Okay.
in relation to what's valuable to me, which is like mental stability.
I love that. Okay, so
And
that's one goal. What else?
goal ko din na maging mas yung like helping others, like
Mhm.
because I do like donations and stuff. Pero I feel like I want it to be more consistent and like more genuine. Like I really want to do it to help others, not to feel good about myself. Parang ganun.
Uh, okay. Ano pa?
So, tapos another thing is to deepen my, parang medyo, ano pa siya, like, to be closer with my parents because I live
Okay.
abroad. So I want to like reach out to them, not only pag may important akong sasabihin.
Okay, I love that. So these are all in line with your values,
Yeah.
obviously. Because these goals are great. Wala ka bang lalang goal dyan?
Lalang goal, teka lang, tingnan. Meron pa
parang,
pala.
yung parang, ewan ko, like right now, like is there anything that you need to accomplish for work or, na you've been putting off or something?
Parang wala, medyo parang hindi sila lalang. Parang yung siguro yung, hindi rin siya lalang, yung parang good routine.
Good routine.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
consistent and good routine.
Okay.
Like,
So,
nagay ko na, sana hindi ko ina-exhaust yung sarili ko everyday about what I'm gonna do.
okay. So, let's see. Out of these four, journaling, consistency, helping others, I think um, we have to go deeper and specify talaga and have a target for these things. It's gonna make things much easier. Um, Out of these four, what do you think will really help the most with the small okay, sige ako na. I'm gonna decide for you. Na, sige. Sige, test kita, sige. Na, hindi kita test, joke lang ha. I mean, I'm gonna help you decide for yourself. So what out of the four do you think will be the most impactful in your life vision?
I think yun talagang consistency with journaling and meditation.
Because of your mental health.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually part of a good routine.
Yeah.
Right? So that's under good routine. So the wide goal would be a good routine and you broke it down, you made it consistent journaling and ano yung isa?
Meditation.
And meditation. Okay. So this is something that I learned to do. It's hanapin ko yung notes ka. Hold on. It's hindi ko mahanap. Okay, never mind. It's to throw away the idea of consistency. Everybody says the only way you're going to grow is to be consistent. And I guess it's ako kasi I always plagued myself with that. I always thought, hindi ka kasi consistent, hindi ka consistent. And because nga if you've been in my past life coaching stuff, I really believe and push in the power of thoughts because everything that we do, where we are in life right now, is from our thoughts. And if you think about, fuck, hindi ako consistent. It's just, especially for an ADHDer, it's debilitating if I keep fighting it. I know that I'm not going to be consistent. Kasi imagine mo, if you get scared of consistency, and you skip a day of journaling, you really feel so awful, diba? Na parang, oh, fuck. What's the point? I'm never gonna do this. I'm never gonna do this. What about you be comfortable with the fact that you're inconsistent and just be like, yeah, I skipped. Okay. I'm inconsistent, but I'm persistent because I will do it. I will do it. Okay. I'm inconsistent, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And again, when you're clear on your values, and I hope after this talk, you can you can want it more, not like as a need. I need to journal so that my whole day is gonna be great. No, I want to journal. I want to journal because I know, I know this will help me with my mental health, and it can be 5 minutes. It can be, you can start with, what to you is journaling? Is it writing down at the end of the day? Is it writing at the start? Like, what is it?
I think it's yung pinaplan ko before is to write something at the end of the day, at the start of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Just like to just like to write the things that I'm grateful for,
Yeah.
talk positively to myself. And then at the end of the day
Yeah.
to reflect. Pero parang nag-journal kasi ako at night, I think same na parang dire-diretso siya, like I can finish up to like either I don't do at all or I would
Uh-huh.
finish like 6 pages of like
Oh,
so
wow.
many things.
Yeah.
So parang ganun, hindi ko pa siya nako-control na paano ko siya dapat gawin.
So why don't you and is it working for you? Do you see na if you journal, your day gets better or the next day is better for
Yeah,
you?
yeah, it definitely gets better. I think it's just really pushing myself to do it. Pero when I do it, I'm
Okay.
happy that I did it. Parang ganun.
What about um what about do you have like I know wait lang nga, sige. Because I'm feeling what really helps for me is to put it on my calendar and then start small talaga, like if just write down yun lang talaga yung start with the morning one. I suggest yung reflection can come later on when you're more confident na in this. Then you write down kung hindi mo kaya ng three, kahit one thing you're grateful for. And also another one is what's the one thing? What's the one thing that I'm gonna do today to bring me closer to my vision? And that's it. You can have like a whole page of to-do lists. But what is the one thing? One thing. And then at least you're decided na parang, okay, that's the one thing. And even if it's just, kumare for me, kumare, it's just as silly as, not silly, but kumare, it's, I want to give, the one thing that I want to do is, because I'm also having a problem with consistency, right? So I'll say, I'm going to do one Instagram post because I know that that's going to be good for my business. I know that, you know, my followers would like to see an update of me and the boys and whatever. So just one. And then I don't overthink it. And at the start of the day, if I say, I just want to do one IG post, just if I do that and I'm good, because I'm feeling so lazy today. That's the only thing I want to do. And then I'll do it. And then I'll feel accomplished or I'll feel really good because that brought me closer to my goal, which is the what it knocks off if it's not a deep IG post, maybe it's like, you know, uh yung one of my values is financial freedom and I think that helps up my portfolio because well, as much as I want to say consistency is not real in fucking Instagram algorithm world, it is. So that sucks, but that's the way it is. So yeah, I hope that helped. Just do the journaling thing first. And this is one very important thing is to constrain to one goal. You had very great goals, but you very quickly decided that the journaling and meditation, yung meditation, I wouldn't if it feels like it's not it's good. It's good if you're able to do it. Pero maybe the journal start with the journaling. And then what you do is journal 3 times this week. Ganon. As small as that. Journal 3 times. That's your goal. I'm gonna journal 3 times this week. And then just do that. That's your goal. And then next week, I'm gonna journal 4 times this week or something, diba? And then when you feel like, oh wow, because nga it ups with your mental health, then you can start working on your goal of deepening your relationship with your parents. And again, you envision um what are the steps? What are the things that I can do to do this? Diba? Is it setting a call with them on Zoom or, parang just text them, diba? Set it on your calendar and then when it's there, then it's done. And then it's at least that's something off your list. So, yeah, I hope that helped. And also, you know what, when you have when you're feeling good about yourself, when your thoughts about yourself is great because of and journaling definitely helps with that, then everything is gonna go really, I'm telling you, your life is gonna go really well and you will naturally be able to help others because magiging successful ka talaga, promise. Okay. Thank you. Okay, wait lang. Saan na ba ako? Um, Yan. Okay, so um, these are some examples of, kunwari, one of my, uh, so that's where you start. Yung 2 months, in the next 2 months, what goals can move me closer to my vision, keeping your values in mind. Okay, so that was a great example by Krishna. But if you are struggling with choosing which one, so you write them all down. It's maybe limited to four, your top four, na you feel like, I think ito yon, pero hindi pa ako sure. Pero I think ito yon. Write it down and then you answer these questions. How excited am I to work on this? That's the number one question. For all of the goals, ha? How excited am I from 1 to 10? How excited? How much does this excite me? From 1 to 10. And parang rating system to. And the next one is how doable is this goal? Given the time, ha? And again, it's usually like a 12-week thing. So disregard what I said about the 2 months. But I'm OC like that, and I feel like no, it has to end in December because it's the end of the year. So habol tayo. Charot. Okay, that was number 3 is how much will this impact your life in 3 years? And number 4 is how challenged do I feel? So it's a rating system. And kumare for Krishna, definitely kumare, how excited are you to work on this? How what would you rate it, Krishna? 1 to 10, the journaling thing.
Solid 10 talaga.
Solid 10. You're excited to do it. The 3 and your goal is we did it very small. It's to journal 3 times this week. So you're super excited to work about it. It's super doable. So number 2 question, how doable is this goal? It's 10. How much will this impact my life in 3 years? It's super 10, solid 10. How challenged do I feel? How challenged do you feel, Krishna, with this goal?
Siguro, honestly, very challenging siya. Parang mga 8 or 8 out of 10. It's
Yung
always like do
yung
starting.
3, yung journaling 3 times this week.
Yeah, I think challenging pa rin siya sa akin. Pero,
Talaga? Okay, sige. Sige. Okay, hindi kita ano, hindi, hindi kita sinijudge. Sorry. Sorry if it came across like that. But
sorry.
yes. Okay, so it was, obviously it rated very high. 'Di ba? And when you cross-check this with yung helping others, which is great, it's a great goal. Deepening your relationship with your parents, great goal. But definitely, kumare, yung deepening your relationship with your parents, let's set the goal at call them twice this month or something. Whatever is, call them, have a call with them twice this. Doesn't have to be every week. Doesn't even have to be twice this month. If you can start at one. Call them once. Have a call with them. And that's your goal. How doable is it? It's doable. So, parang magiging clearer yung ano ba yung pinaka dapat kong and yung pinaka madali and and then you just, you know what? You just schedule it and actually yung, yeah, so breaking it down into smaller steps and smaller goals and more specific because these are very broad, diba? And these are your parang ito na nga yung values mo, diba? Mental health, you just break it down into the projects. And the project under deepening your relationship with your parents is the calls, right? That's a call. That's the project. And it starts with the 1 call a month. And then maybe when you find more time, and you will because you're doing your journaling and your head's clearer, then you'll be able to do it more. I hate to say it, consistently. Persistently. Okay. So there, that's the first part. But definitely I hope that today's talk and life coaching session was very helpful to you guys or it resonated with you. Yeah. So if you liked the session today, then you can leave a testimonial on Patreon Thank you so much to our Jim and Sab subscribers. You guys are helping so much. We have donated. We were able to donate about over 60,000 to our hero of the month last month, and we are so happy to be supporting our hero of the month this November, si Baby Ryu, and we thank you so much for your help and your support. So, yeah, actually, if you guys I really enjoy this. So, I do want to do more like one-on-one stuff with people. So, magpa-practice na ako kay Trisha tsaka kay KB. So, um, yeah, I really enjoyed. So, thanks, guys. Okay, bye.